Hello, my African people. How you nade? Shidada lewa, ekule, kedu, sono. All my African people, anywhere you are, in Africa, in America, in UK, in Canada, in Australia, anywhere you live, I want to appreciate you for watching my videos. Thank you for your comments, and both constructive and negative comments. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate you, even though you that left a negative comment. At least you took your time to watch the video. That was why you are able to leave a comment. But sometimes leave some positive comments. Okay. God bless you, everyone. Love you. Love you. One love, my African people. I have a gist today. Today's gist is funny, but some people might get angry. Some people may not like me after this video. It does not really matter. I want to state the facts. I want to say the truth. And you can fight the person talking about the truth, but you can never fight the truth. So don't waste your energy fighting me, because the truth will always prevail. I want to talk about some funny and hypocritical things that African Christians do when they migrate out of Africa. Yes, some of us that profess Christianity, both male and female, when we leave Africa and migrate to overseas, we suddenly change in many areas. We change in many areas. But today, I want to focus on our dressings. First of all, let me start with myself. You see this thing I'm putting on? Some years back in Africa, I would never put this thing on, because as I was raised in congregation and in denominations that preached against things like this. They see it as being carnal. They see it as being worldly. And I upheld that kind of preaching. I followed that kind of preaching. I believed that kind of preaching. But why am I wearing it today? That means I am an hypocrite. Yes, take it from me. I am an hypocrite. Because the God in Nigeria, has it suddenly changed that he cannot see me wearing this thing in America? And for me, I don't know how this thing is a sin. I don't know how this thing is making somebody to fall, or how this thing is serving the devil. I don't know. This is just what can I call it? It's not an attachment. It's just fashion, something I have to put on to look fashionable, because it's in vogue. People are doing it, right? Good. My people, why are we being hypocritical? Why? We are funny people. We African Christians, we are funny. I have observed this thing, that African men and women who claim to be Christians, who claim to be born again based on their denomination, especially those people who don't wear earrings, they don't wear pants, what we call trousers in Nigeria. Women who don't wear trousers, women who don't wear earrings, women who don't have attachments to their ear. They used to have their natural hair when they were in Africa as Christians, because to them that means they are holy. To them it means that they are born again. So when their pastors see them, when their GOs see them, they will immediately believe that she's one of us. She's a born-again Christian, because she doesn't have attachment, she doesn't have earrings, she doesn't wear shokoto, she doesn't wear trousers. Yoruba call it shokoto. She doesn't wear pants. She wear gown. I don't want to mention any church. You know all these churches that talk about this kind of dresses. But these same people, immediately God answered their prayer, so to say, and they migrate to America, to Canada, to UK. Less than a year, some of them less than a year, you begin to see them, they are wearing shokoto, they are wearing trousers, they are wearing pants. you begin to see them here using earring. You begin to see them using attachments. I can't wonder. I've confronted two of them, jokingly. I said, you were not doing this thing in Nigeria as a Christian, and you even preached against it. Why are you doing it now? Oh, I should forget about it. All those times, this is the Western world. Oh, we are in a Western world. Oh, really? So we are in a Western world. God of Africa is probably different from God of the Western world. We are hypocrites. We are all hypocrites. What we do in Africa mostly is religion. We don't do Christianity. We don't do Christianity. And when we see people that practice the real Christianity, we criticize them because we have the religious mentality. We have religion in the software of our mind. So we criticize people who practice true Christianity because we have been captured, we have been brainwashed by religion. How does a woman put on earring, wearing attachment, wearing trousers? How does it become a sinner when the soul has been regenerated? This is not to throw shade at churches who don't encourage wearing of earrings and using of attachments and trousers. No, I'm not trying to throw shade at you. I belong to that. I grew up in that denomination. But my point is this: where does salvation start from? Does it start from your dressing? Does it end with your dressing? Now, if you believe your salvation starts and ends with your dressing, why were you not doing it in Nigeria, but you are doing it now in overseas? So have you suddenly lost your salvation? Now that you are now wearing earrings, you are now using lipstick, you are now painting your hands, painting your leg, everything. Have you changed? Those who were doing it before, I've also studied that those who were doing this thing before in Nigeria, say in other denominations, I don't want to mention their name, they wear earring, they wear trousers, they do attachment, and they go to church. Some of them don't even cover their head. They go to church. Does it mean that God does not listen to their prayers? Does it mean that they will not be rapturable? Does it mean they will not gain heaven? I've studied. I told you this is African gist, African diaspora gist. I'm bringing some things here that we do, some funny things, some bad things, and also good things that we do overseas when we migrate. I am your ambassador, and when I see, I go talk. Let's stop being hypocritical. We are hypocrites. And some of these people, let me tell you the funniest part of this thing. Some of these people, when their pastors or their GO, General Overseer, is coming from Africa to overseas for a program, they will remove their earring, they will remove their attachment, they will not wear pants to church on that day, they will not wear trousers. That GO is your God. That GO, you have more reference, you have more fear for your daddy GO than God. Women, I'm not castigating you because you know that we men, we can wear our trousers, right? I'm just telling you, look at my own. I'm one of the hypocrites. Look at my own. I wouldn't put on this thing some years back in Africa. But now I'm wearing it. But the point is this, my people. You wear earring, you wear chokoto, you wear pants, you do attachment, you put on headband, whatever. Listen, I don't believe that defines your salvation. But listen, this is the contradiction, or let me give you the balance now. If your church not they do this thing from Africa, and you belong to that church, and you come Obodo Oyibo and you still belong to that church, I will suggest you don't use it. Kukuma, maintain your identity that you have been maintaining before, instead of wearing it now, and when your GO is coming, you remove it. And then you were part of those who criticized those who were wearing it. Those who have been wearing it for long and they have been born again. God is not a God. You don't have the monopoly of God to your denomination. Say because you know they wear earring, you know they wear shukutu, that means God only listens to your prayer. It doesn't listen to people. No, that's a lie. The same God that called Reabonke, they wear earring in Reabonke's church. The women have attachments. The same God that called Reabonke, the same God that called Catherine Kruma. Catherine Kruma, I watched his video. Sometimes when she was ministering, she would not cover her hair. People attend Catherine Kruma's churches without covering their hair with earring and everything. Oyibo people. It is the same God that called my daddy, Dr. Olukoya, that called Archbishop Idausa. Archbishop Idausa, today, the power that man demonstrated, we are still looking for someone that will do the same thing. He was an international icon. He detected the moves, not only in Christendom, even in governance, in politics. Archbishop Idausa was respected. In his church, they used to wear earrings. They wear some of them wear shokoto. They use attachment. Even when you see Archbishop Idausa's wife, she uses attachment. She wears earring. So does that mean God did not call Archbishop Idausa because they wear earring in his church and they wear shokoto or they use attachment? I told you I'm not throwing shade at your church. If your church does not use it, and you are a minister, a committed minister in that church, it is better you listen to the doctrine of your church, because the Bible even advises us to respect authorities. So if your church authority under which you are serving says they don't allow this thing and you are wearing it by force, you are contradicting the authority. Some of your prayers may not be answered except by the mercy of God. But if your church, they wear them, they allow earring, they allow trouser, you are not a sinner for wearing it, for crying out loud. Don't let anybody say anything to you. I used to be part of people that criticize people that wear earring, as female, or women, if I see female that wear trousers. But let me tell you one secret, to let you know that I'm one of the big hypocrites. Even when I was very young and I was very active in that particular denomination, as an active member, I wanted a woman who would be wearing shokoto. When I wanted to marry, I was looking for a woman who would be wearing shokoto, because I like shokoto. When women wear shokoto, I just like the way it looks good on them. I'm not saying the one that will reveal their contours. I see some married women, some people who are beyond certain age, they will go and put on shokoto, they will go and put on some pants that even unmarried ladies should not even wear. That is SS. I'm not talking about that. But you dress normally, professionally. Maybe you have your suit on, your suit pants, or you have your jean pants, you dress well. Or material shokoto, you dress well as a woman. I don't have any problem with you. You are not a sinner for wearing your shokoto, for wearing your attachment. That's my belief. I know in the Bible there was a place when the Israelites, had to remove their earring that Aaron used to create cap for them. And when Moses returned from the mountain, God instructed him that he should remove all those earrings and he burned it. The problem is not the earring. The problem is our heart, our mind, because God created that earring and Egyptians gave it to them when they were living. God told them to collect gold from Egyptians. When Joseph became prime minister in Egypt, God was with him. The Spirit of God was with him. The wisdom of God was with him. When Pharaoh wanted to give him authority as a prime minister, he removed his own ring and put it on Joseph's hand. If that happened today, we will not talk to that brother again. We will say he has been initiated. We will say that brother has been initiated. But no, you need to calm down. God is not, you don't have the monopoly of God in your denomination. So I just told you, the same God that called Archbishop Idausa is the same God that called Dr. Olukoya. The same God that called Daddy Kumuyi is the same God that called Bishop Oyedepo. So don't fight this denominational stupidity and fighting. You are fighting on about my church is more holier. My church is holier. Your church is not holier. Talk about yourself. Okay, my people. Your African Diaspora Gist Ambassador has given you that one. Let's stop being hypocritical. If you say your GO they come and you don't wear earring, and say if he see you with earring, he go behave some kind. Put that earring on. Be bold. If you can be bold without him, why are you removing it when he's coming to overseas? Women, make una no vex. I'm just saying that some of us, we are hypocrites. God bless you.